Chicken farming can make you very rich or very poor. There's nothing in between here. Now, imagine a scenario. You have walked into a bank. You've requested for a loan. You come and now you do the structures. No, I want to start this project. I've gotten some funding from some bank elsewhere. Then you do it. You put up the structures, you buy the chicks, you start hatching, or you start selling the eggs. Very high mortalities, or the eggs don't hatch so well. No profit, you make losses, the chickens die, nothing is left on the farm. The structures are just there and some of the machines. You want to sell out the structures? Okay, mostly you will sell out the structures to try to pay off back your loan. And you pay them you just sell them at throwaway prices. The bank is at your neck. You've lost your job or you resign from a job. Then you become a very hopeless person. You say, this thing chicken is never my thing. I'm never gonna do it. You see? How can you start a successful chicken farming? Start small, then grow big. Why do you say start small? The highest number I always recommend a farmer to start with is actually 300 chicken. 300, just 300. You know, with chicken like layers, you only have 4 months, you have the results. Now, the first thing you need to do, start by building simple, cheap structures. Simple, cheap structures. Mark my word. Simple, cheap structures. When I started my first poultry farm, I've shared a link below. You can watch the video. It was made of second-hand iron sheets, and the floor, I just compacted it and put some small amount of mortar. Once you have your simple iron sheet structure in place, remember we are in Africa. We are enjoying the tropical climates. You know, we don't have extreme summers and you don't have extreme winters like snow and all that. So when you build a simple iron sheet structure, you can have the ventilations like this to control the temperatures that are too high, or you can drop the curtains to control the temperature when it's too cold. But the bottom line here is you are saving on the starting cost. You want to have more money to spend on the real project than the capital costs. Now, once you have your simple structure in place, the headache is now, what poultry project am I going to venture into? Is it broilers? Is it layers? Or is it kienyeji improved? I personally started with kienyeji improved. Today, I'm not there. But I'm not saying that kienyeji improved is bad. Guys, you know, we are doing farming as a business. As a business. In school, during masters, we used to have a principle called GIGO. GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. Now, I want to compare two scenarios. A layer chicken farmer and a broiler chicken farmer. I'm comparing because we are at the stage whereby the farmer has already built the structure. He now wants to decide, or she now wants to decide what project to go into. I would go for layers. Why? Yes, this project is cost intensive. In the first 4 months, I'm not going to get anything. 4 months. I will buy the chicks, and of course I told you the breed of chicks to buy. I will feed them. I will brood them, feed, give them water until they start laying. That is 16 or 18 weeks. That's when I'll start seeing my first cent. I'm getting nothing. I'm just cash out. But when I start earning, making money from the project, it will go on for 18 months. I'll be collecting eggs for 18 months. Okay? Now, why do I go for layers? When I start collecting eggs, what does it need? Eggs can be transported a distance of 1,000, 3,000, even 10,000 kilometers without the use of a refrigerator. Transporting of eggs from my farm to the market does not have an added cost. So it simply means that once my eggs are laid and I collect them and I store them, I will not be pressurized by the market conditions, the market pulls and pushes for me to dispose the eggs. I have to sell the eggs today because they will expire. No, I'll store my eggs, look for the market, and be able to sell. Once I establish the market, it's a long-term market. That is layers. Let's go to broilers. Yes, this project takes a short period. Short. Only 6 weeks, I start selling. That is what you hear. That is what you watch on Facebook. And that is what you watch on YouTube. But on the ground, things are different, guys. The broiler chicken business is one of the most cartelized, like the too much cartels in the business. Recently, like yesterday, when I was clearing my truck at the border, that is the Legu border, crossing into Sudan, we were at like the holding bay where the trucks will come in, then they'll park there, get cleared, then they get in. Do you know what I saw? In a single day, I saw 16 trucks, 40-feet container carrying broiler, frozen broiler from Brazil. Imagine, you produce chicken here in South Sudan, you take to the market, but whatever you're going to sell that chicken as broiler is way expensive than a chicken that has stayed on water all the way from Brazil 2-3 months to Mombasa, through Uganda to South Sudan. Am I going to compete? The cost of production in Brazil cannot be compared to the cost of production in Africa. Remember, the cheapest maize in the world comes from Brazil. I'm not talking ill of Brazil in any way, but I'm just trying to compare the two projects, layers versus broilers. Now, I keep my broiler chicken for 6 weeks. At this time, it's time to dispose them. Remember, when you keep a broiler chicken for an extra day above the 6 weeks, it starts eating into your pocket. The small profit you wanted to make of 20 Kenyan shillings or $0.001 US will start reducing. And remember, at that age, the bird eats almost triple of what it started eating. I have to slaughter this bird. I have to slaughter this bird and dispose it. Now, we look at post-harvest handling, costs and risks. Comparing a broiler farmer to a layers farmer. I collected my eggs. I just made a cool shed. Like here I can make a shed made of grass put my eggs there, and wait for the market. As a broiler farmer, I'm being pushed because my bird is eating extra, so it's eating from my profit. I have to slaughter this bird. After slaughtering, it can't be eaten, it's too hot here. I have to preserve the bird. That means I have to put it in the freezer. Supposing I don't have power, this lighting you're seeing here is solar powered. It can't power a freezer. So by the fact that I have to store my products from my broiler farm, it means that I have to incur an extra cost. Most markets, especially in my country, they don't prefer frozen chicken. In Kenya, most hotels do not prefer frozen chicken. They will prefer to buy fresh broilers. Whom am I going to sell to my frozen chicken? Now, my competitor comes. Let's say I'm keeping 500 broilers. He or she is keeping 3,000. Who is under more pressure to sell? Who? He or she will come, drop the price with an intention to dispose all of them, reducing the risk of loss. I am there, stuck with my 500 broilers. By some funny business people, they find their ways, smuggle some broilers into the country from Brazil. Then I'm out of the business. That's why I'll never go for broilers. I'll never advocate for broilers. Now, up to that point, I've chosen my project. I'm going for layers. Now, before, I used just to buy chicks. I want layers. Go and buy brown layers and bring to the farm. There comes a time today with experience that then choice of the breed is so important. When you're looking for a day-old chick or a layer chicken, you look for a chicken that is so robust in growth, that is so disease resistant. So robust in growth means it will feed, the FCR will be low, and thus it will grow so fast and it will start laying so fast. You get your eggs on time. 2, you look for a chicken that is so resistant to diseases and external conditions. We call them externalities. When I was doing my master's research, we used to say externalities, factors that you cannot control in research. Let's say the weather, too much wind, too much sunshine. So you look for a bird that is resistant to these externalities. That is 2. 3, unlike before, you look for a bird with a longer laying period, a slightly extended egg curve. You see? Remember, you're looking for a bird that is a medium feeder, an average feeder, but a robust egg producer. We call it an egg machine. That's why my bird of choice, my chicken of choice, is always Highland Brown. This is day 15. The bird has already fully developed the feathers. Brooding here, we are doing like, okay, it's quite warm, definitely, but compared to the other farms we'll be doing like in Somalia and some other hot parts of Kenya like Garissa, we are using very less heat to brood them. The birds have already picked and I'm super excited. Well, of course, maybe I could say transportation was good, the hatchery handling was good and all that at the hatchery, but also the breed has proved me right. In my previous video, I was saying that this is the best chicken. And so, choose the right breed. Choose the right breed. When you're going to buy your layers chicken, my friend, my follower, strictly say, I want a Highland Brown chick. You get the results. The chicken has got a livability of up to 98% at week 17. Where do you get that? You know? Now, you have chosen the right breed that you're going to keep. Farmers, you really, sometimes you're a headache because you want quick money. But I've said in chicken farming, there is no quick money, there is real money. Oh, this feed, this feed is very expensive. Oh, chicks are very expensive. Oh, no. We cannot make feed that is quality and it's so cheap. You know, we can only have good quality chicken feed that is affordable. Okay, mark my word, is affordable. The feed we've brought here we are doing a bag at about 3,200 shillings. Compared at home, whereby a bag of feed is going for 4,300, something like that. But the feed I've brought or I'm mixing is giving me this result, whereby this chick here is supposed to be at 120 grams today. At week 3, that is 14 days, 15 days, 2 weeks and 1 day. But this feed is giving me 127 grams, 7 grams extra. Are you seeing the trick? Are you seeing the trick? Chose the right breed. I chose the right breed and I'm making the right feeds. Per bag I'm saving 1,000 shillings. 1,000 shillings. In weight, I've gained 7 extra grams. Is it adding up? Is it adding up, eh? You know? I chose the right feed, the right breed, and per bag, I'm gaining extra grams. So if I've gained 7 grams in 2 days, it means that my feed is giving me an extra 0.5 grams per day. These are the secrets that farmers you need to understand. And look at my structures. Simple. I did simple structures. Good. We've built simple structures. We've chosen the right project, which is now layers. We've chosen the right breed, which is Highland Brown. We've chosen to make the correct feed, not cheap, but quality feed, slightly lower in price than what you buy in the stores. What next? Now, with all these factors in place, what you need now to do, you need now to be very cautious on 2 things. You have to make sure that you have the least mortality possible, the least number of chicks dying. And you have to make sure that now you maintain the growth trajectory. The chicks keep growing faster, getting the right weight, at the right time. What are these factors that are going to make these chicks go that direction? The main problem or the main pullback or setback here can be diseases. Now, we get back to our previous principle, whereby we say we better prevent than treat. Remember what is guiding us, eh? We said, what is guiding us? We want to have a very quick growth, but also we want to minimize the deaths. Now, when a disease comes, some birds will be casualties. They will die. They have lost some eggs. We will struggle to treat so that the remaining can heal. Okay? 2 things will be involved. Because of the stress caused by the disease, the growth rate will be reduced. produced will not be meeting our target. You see? Along the line of treating, we shall be buying medication, treating, increasing the cost of production. We shall not be working with our theme of starting a small project to make us big because of incurring unnecessary costs. Now, to avoid that, we do what? We vaccinate. Once we vaccinate, we are reducing the disease in the bird in an inactive form, either a vaccine that is live virulent or a vaccine that is dead. Our bird's immune system is always alert. If the Newcastle comes from this side, it's blocked. The Gumboro comes from this side, blocked. The bird's immune system is active. But then, how do we vaccinate? How do we vaccinate? I've shared on this video below a link detailing the best and complete vaccination program that I have been using for years and years. So you follow that. I'll only talk about pre-vaccination and post-vaccination. How do you prepare this chicken for vaccination? And how do you handle it after vaccination? Before you vaccinate the bird, I repeat, before you vaccinate the bird, for the first, like if I'm vaccinating 3 days from now, let the chicken take vitamins, plain vitamins in water, plain vitamins. There shouldn't be any single component of an antibiotic in that vitamin. Please, when you go to the agrovet, say, I want a vitamin, plain vitamin. You better give the chicken plain water than giving it water with an antibiotic. We are working towards getting 0 casualties post-vaccination. Now the chickens take water with a plain vitamin, then now vaccinate. During vaccination, you go for the type of vaccine that will not be so effective. Vaccinate when it's too cold, when you have the lowest temperature in that particular area. This should be done very early in the morning or very late in the evening. We prefer very early in the morning because if you're giving oral vaccine through water, starve the birds for some time so that they are thirsty. Then how you can give, like for example, if you're vaccinating tomorrow, withdraw water today evening. Or if it's too hot at night, withdraw water midnight. So that by morning, the birds are so thirsty. When the chicks are thirsty, you assure that all of them will drink the water, which is mixed with the vaccine. In that video, I gave you an illustration of how to mix the vaccines in water. You don't pop up the vaccine in the air, then mix it with the water. You pop it up from underwater, mix it with the water, and give the chicks. So adhere to that proper vaccination program. Now, we make a mistake. Remember, our target is to prevent the diseases, not to treat, not to control. Now, there are vaccines, or there is a vaccine that you give repeatedly. This is the Newcastle plus IB. Every 2 months, you repeat it. Okay? It's not so costly, something affordable. If you compare the vaccine of a dose of 3,000 chicks vis-a-vis losing 2 chicken, then 2 chicken can't even, the price of losing 2 chicken is like buying a vaccine for the entire flock. So then now vaccinating is very important. Remember, our target is to growth rate so fast and avoid mortalities. Now, apart from diseases, we vaccinated to control the diseases. How again do we control the diseases? Then biosecurity becomes so important. Very, very important. Auntie has come today. Auntie, come, I show you my project. Let's go in. Come with Auntie. You enter the chicken farm. You walk around. And when you're coming with Auntie, on the way, you saw some chicken being sold on the sticks. I bought some chicken. I ate. Then you run into the farm without showering, without washing your hands, direct from the market to here. Those are some of the carriers, or those are some of the transmissive agents of these diseases. What am I trying to mean? Visitors should be disinfected prior visiting the farm. I visit farms, creating content with them, but I'll never visit 2 farms in a day. Never. That's why I'll visit farm A today, go, change my attire, shower, then take the attire to visit farm B. You get what I'm saying? So biosecurity is very important. Biosecurity is very important. So that now you've controlled diseases within. Now you control diseases from coming from out. The disease issue sorted. What other factor will make this chicken not grow very fast? So that, our target is to grow very fast and get the first egg. And why are we working hard to get the first egg? The moment you get the first egg, the input and the output slightly starts balancing. But then it will reach a point whereby the output will exceed the input. And that's where now we start getting our profits. That is about week 36, up to week 52. Then routine management practices become so important. Routine management. What are some of the routine management practices? The amount of feed you give the bird, at what time, at what age, where do you place the feed, and how. You see? Giving water to the chicken. What type of water? How do I suspend it? Where and how? Litter management. What type of litter? What size do I need to use? Where and how? You see? What is the water pH that I'm supposed to use? Which water is used for vaccination and which water is used for normal consumption? What type of feeders do I use for my chicken? At what stage for what breed? Family, I hope you've learned something on how we can start a successful chicken farm, small, and make us big in 2024. The class continues in the next educative episode until we get to point of lay. We love you. See you.